Buffalo
Rocky Mountain
balls.
oysters. They fooling you, dog. I'm hear from me first. They are not oysters. They are balls.
Oh, now we're gonna bring on Coach Hart. Coach Hart might be a Laker fan. We'll see, but we're gonna bring him on right now. Oh, now, Coach, how you doing?
Doing good, baby. No, I ain't no Laker fan, dog. I'm a homegrown Dallas fan. I'm a Mavs fan. So this trade that happened, it just blew my mind. It really blew me. What happened right there, man? I guess I'm a Laker hater because I'll go for anybody who playing against the Lakers.
Oh, damn. Well,
Yeah, yeah. You asked
I
for it.
yeah, I know you. I know you've been hurt for the last couple of weeks, but it's all
Oh
good.
man, real hurt,
Man,
sick,
No
sick.
pun intended, saying that you hurt like the other players on the team.
Yeah, we thin out there. That's for sure.
Yes,
no,
sir.
for
Well,
sure.
you're not thin at the linebacker position. We had some footage from Uncle Neely of you going through your drills right here. We went over it yesterday on Uncle Chico. I'm sure Dukes have many questions for you right here, but Unc and I talked about this in this hand placement right here that you're working on. Can you talk about how important that is and why you're working on this? And I'm sure you'll be working on it, throughout the weeks coming up for spring.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what you're seeing right here is the footage is we took the resistance bands, and if you see right here, when you expand your hands out, it makes your elbows come in. And when
Mhm.
you're striking a defender or offensive lineman, you always want your elbows to rub right off of your ribs because it puts your hands in the right position with your thumbs up. A lot of times, what you'll see, and I'm sure through practice tape, on game tape, sometimes linebackers get a little high and peak, and then their elbows flare out. So now my elbows flare out. Now my thumbs are horizontal, and I can get some injuries here. Plus, I don't have the power and the pop that I want to deliver a blow. So those are the things that we talk about, and that's why we have the wristbands, because if you pull out, then your elbows naturally come in, and it puts you in a great position to strike with power and get a guy off of you so you can shed the block.
Block shedding, exactly. Dukes.
Coach Hart, every year is a different iteration of your room, but the prevailing factor in a room, any position group, is going to be the identity of the coach. What do you feel like what part of your identity do you plan on giving this particular iteration of your linebacker room, and how do you plan on try to bring it out of them?
Relentlessness and resilience.
Mm.
I started with Coach Prime about 18 years ago, man. And honestly, my story is kind of different from most. I was with him with youth football all the way up now into Power 4. So what I mean by relentlessness and resilience, as linebackers, a lot of stuff is going to be put on you. When plays go wrong or D lineman may not get in the right gap, you got to make them right. So it falls back on us. So you have to be resilient, be able to take hard coaching, be able to take the naysayers and get your job done. The other thing is relentlessness, running to the ball, get into the ball on every single play because you got to make those D linemen right. And then also in coverage, right? This is an aspect of the game that most linebackers get frowned upon, is that we're not very good in helping safeties and DBs in coverage, is getting to our zones as we are as run fits. So I want you to be relentless, get to the ball, and then resilient. Take the hard coaching, take the naysayers, the people say you can't get your job done, and get it done anyway. And I'm a perfect example of that, being at Power 4 coming from youth football.
Yes, indeed. You guys did some excellent recruiting, bringing in some guys at the linebacker position with French and Salter and Hughes. Can you talk about what they bring to the linebacker room, and also the guys that's still there, like Jeremiah Brown and stuff, and what they're expected to bring this year?
Yeah, so those three guys you talk about that we brought in, they bring athleticism and they bring length. If you see that, that's something we didn't really have last year. We had great instincts and smart linebackers last year, but we didn't have a lot of athleticism and length. And if you watch some of the practices now on some of the blitzes, we're getting home a lot more, and we're creating more one-on-ones. Jeremiah Brown, man, this dude has come on this year like gangbusters. He's there to compete and to win his spot. And I'm telling you, I'm so proud of him for the steps he's been making. And then the communication too. We talk about talking loud, early, and often, and he's been that general on the field. So I got a hard decision to make on who my two guys are going to be.
Man, Coach, I had the privilege to go to the combine a couple of weeks ago. I got to talk to a lot of NFL people, and usually when they talk about linebackers, they first they talk about athleticism, and secondly they ask about IQ, or they'll say, "Can you green dot them?" And basically, for those that don't know, that's the microphone that kind of allows the linebacker to be the quarterback on the defense. What do you look for in your quote unquote green dot guy, and how do you and what's like the first trait that you look for in a guy if you say, can I actually green dot him?
Okay, great question. So pre-snap understanding. Before the ball snap, are you communicating loud, early, and often? And are you communicating the right things? Do you understand where the tight end is in his location and the back in his location to make sure everyone's lined up the right way? A lot of pre-talk is what I want to see. I'm not so much worried about if you get it right the first time, because that's what practice is for. But are you confident enough to shout it out because you think you're right? And then it's my job to make sure you're right. From that point on, now I know I got a guy who's not scared to voice up and talk, because that same guy will be accountable if he makes a mistake. That's where it starts for me.
Most definitely. If we had Uncle Neely here right now, he would have took a shot at me by saying Chico talks all the time without knowing what the answer is. So don't worry.
That's a good one.
No, let me see. Can you talk about Coach Petco and what he will bring to that defensive line up front and how they can help out your linebackers this year?
Yeah. So Coach Petco, man, has been a great addition. He's got 15 years of experience in the NFL, playing at the highest level and playing with some really great dudes behind him. So his understanding of leverage and how to strike blocks and pad back and to get vertical helps us do our jobs and cleans it up a lot. I'm hoping he brings in some more guys that look like him. I don't know if y'all seen Coach Petco or not, but man,
Yes,
they got
indeed.
wide back there, baby. He's wide back there. It ain't nothing what a linebacker loves, a good wide D tackle, because we know he's gonna plug and we're gonna be able to get up and spill overlap or run to the gap with somebody who commands a double team. So I love his energy. He's came in ready to work, and he just wants to win. He doesn't have an ego, and I think he's giving that to his other guys too. That, man, let's just play ball together.
Most definitely.
That's great to hear. And speaking of the D line play, when you talk about linebacker play, you talk about defensively as a whole. A lot of times in spring ball, a lot of teams that are more offensively kind of they're ran by their offense. They're like, they want the defense out there just to give a look. How much install do you actually put in the spring? And are you giving and do you give your linebacker special tools like game plan tools? Like, hey, if you see 3 to the field, this is your call to go do what coverage they're going to run, or you go to curl flat based on that. How much specific install are you guys doing this early in the spring?
Well, I think Coach Rob does a great job of making sure our foundation is there first before we just start stacking installs on top of installs, and we never get the first 2 right. So we want to make sure that we get it right so much we can't get it wrong. And then we add on top of that the next install, building confidence and able to fly to the ball. To your point about linebackers, what I do, going back to those pre-snap reads, is I give them a toolbox. Things they can use within the defense to get their job done, whether they're in conflict or not. And I want to see if they can use that to make sure they get the job done. Because if they can control what goes on the field with the grass under their feet, that makes them that leader that people will listen to. So I definitely want to give them those tools.
Definitely. All right, Coach. Of course, we see the offensive line has Coach Gunnar White there. Got Coach Hageman there. Coach Andre Garrard there. Who are some of the guys that we might not know about that's helping you out coaching the linebackers on the staff?
Well, right now it's me and my assistant Joby, who's my GA. He helps me out. But we have Adalius Thomas, who played in the league with the Baltimore Ravens. He comes through, man. He's such a great tool to have. He's had some experience in this league, and he's played every position. I mean, if you look at his resume, he's played DN, he's played linebacker, 3 technique, corner. He's been gunner on punt team. So this is a special guy who has a lot of different traits and teaches about leverage and how to play the game in a smart way. Besides that, I also have Coach Hilo, who's here, who coaches our edge guys. He has a resume of coaching linebackers. So we all feed off of each other. And like I tell my guys, there is no utopia in football. No one knows everything. So if you want to be great at your craft, man, soak it up, dog. Learn from people. Take it in and be the best. Don't have an ego about anything like that. It's about the buffs and winning at the end of the day.
Most definitely.
All right, Coach, I'm gonna put you on the spot right here. I know you got a lot of partners. I don't want to make nobody mad, but I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
All right. You're tasked with stopping the greatest show on turf with Coach Marshall Faulk, and they still got the bus. He's the other running back. What 2 linebackers would you take of all time, don't matter where they played at? What 2 linebackers would you take in order to stop that combination?
Oh man, you let's see. We're gonna need some energy out there. So give me well, that's a good question, dog. I got a lot of partners out there. Man, you gonna have my phone, man. You just I don't know why y'all do me like this. Let me go right now. I'm gonna go Ray and Patrick Willis. That's when I'm gonna go.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go
I'm-
Ray and Patrick Willis. Two
man.
dogs, they can fit the run. They understand instinctually where they're gonna be leverage wise, and they can get their job done, and just enough in the pass game for Marshall Faulk a little bit because I know he want to get out there and run routes on it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with.
Nice. All right, Coach, before we get up out of here, go ahead and give a nice plug to one of the best shows on the Pregame Network. That is The Whistle. Shout out to my guy, Coach Pollock out of South Georgia.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, when you tuning in, dog, if you want to get a little lighthearted, this is for the players and for the fans who may not know a whole lot about football, but want to get into the mind of coaches, man. Tune into The Whistle, dog. You know what I'm saying? We're going to blow a couple flags, show you what a penalty is or two. Then we also going to show you outside of football what we consider flags too. Like these, what they call them, mile high, they really buffalo balls. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Rocky Mountain oysters, that's a flag. If any of y'all out there eating Rocky Mountain oysters, those are buffalo balls. Just so y'all know, you get a penalty.
Rocky Mountain oysters,
Rocky
buffalo
Mountain
balls.
oysters. They fooling you, dog. I'm hear from me first. They are not oysters. They are balls. Bull balls. Okay.
I heard that stuff make your heart everywhere, Ocho. Your ears hard, your nose hard, your tongue hard, everything hard, Ocho.
I
You
don't
eat the
need
buffalo
everything
balls.
hard. I just need a couple of things hard on me, so I don't need none of that. So I'm good with it. You know
Why
what
did
I'm
I
saying?
say that? Why did I
I'm
say
good.
that?
It's your show. I'm going to
It's
answer
your show.
truthfully now.
Coach Hart, one last question before you get out of here.
Okay.
When you talk about the speed and athleticism and the new age linebacker and how you have to be this height and you got to be this fast, and you got to have all this extra stuff, you still went out and recruited a traditional Mike linebacker in Montrez Walker. Tell me what was so special about him to bring in a throwback to your locker room and your position room.
Great.
Well, first of all, and I'm just gonna say this because I got a little biasness, man. Back in the day, if you had a Nick roll on, and you play linebacker, you knew one thing was gonna happen. You was gonna hit. He was gonna strike somebody. So the physical play, just biasness. The Nick roll got me. I'm gonna tell you that was one thing. But to be honest with you, though, to answer your question, seriously, instincts.
Yep.
It's about instincts at the end of the day, being able to play the run and play the box and make them pass the ball because we don't have a lot of stress most of the times. Now, unless we're playing a man coverage, we can get back in the zone and sit back and you don't have to worry about taking anything vertically. So it's the instincts at the end of the day that gets it from that. Now, I will tell you this. I want to caveat what you just said. I want y'all to watch this now. With all the linebackers that we're getting, that we're making big safeties, turning to linebackers, have you seen how much two-back system and sniffer system with the tight end, putting them in the backfield, we're starting to see now? Because as soon as we start to go to big safeties, now they're starting to put tight ends and lead and insert inside to see how physical we can be and taking on the run. I guarantee you, in the next couple of years, it's going to go back to a two-back system because we've got these safeties in there, and they want to see if we can thump or not.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much, Coach.
Yes,
no problem,
Thanks
man.
for coming on, Coach. We appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Hopefully we'll have you on again, and we're going to continue to be watching the Whistle, man. Keep doing your thing.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate
it, Coach. Coach Hart in the building. Right here, the linebackers coach for the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah, we got a real show, boy. Look at us.
Easy. Do it out there, man. No sound, man.
Hey, Chico, I see you too. Hey, I see you too, Chico. Chico put on that Chico A. Smith today, boy. Yeah. Chico A. Smith.
Appreciate you, Dukes. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Uncle Neely, for bringing on Coach Andre Hart also.
Man, let me say this. Let me say this, man. Let me say this, dog. And I mean this as a blessing. You got a lot of people out there covering Colorado football. You got a lot of people out there talking about Colorado football. But you ain't got but one network and three guys that could be inside Colorado football and bring you stuff like this from the building, from Coach Prime's recruiting lounge. Go out and get coaches on the show. Coach Prime himself has dropped in, all the way to Deion Sanders Jr. has dropped in. If you don't know by now to rock with the morning run, the short bus be about to pick you up.
You ain't got to say nothing else. You ain't got to say nothing else. They'll find out sooner or later, you know. They'll find out sooner or later. We ain't got to say too much. Appreciate that, Nayo. Nate said, great interview. Chico and Dukes did their thing. Let's go, fellas. Said, did the sound man get laid off? What did you think about some of the stuff Andre Hart said, Uncle Neely? If you wanted to just
loved all of it. Have built a rapport with Coach Hart, since he was Jackson State. In fact, man, just last week, one of the benefits of social media, when you post something, as the years go by, it reminds you, hey, you posted this on this date. Mm-hmm. And so I shared with him a video of him teaching the linebackers that first spring session, COVID spring at Jackson State, man, and to just see his energy then and still see his energy now, to come from coaching private high school, coaching at HBCU, and now coaching in the Power Four, just like what a testament to what he's done ever since like community Little League ball in Metro Dallas, now all the way in Boulder, Colorado, still teaching and instilling in linebackers, sound technique, making sure you have the mental awareness to play the position as well as your body. So loved everything he said. He's an open book, always invites us into his room, always available for a quote, just like all the other coaches are here. Coach Prime has said, hey, man, this program is going to be open, to certain people to help tell our story, so make sure you rock with them and let them know what's going on.